Hey guys, it's me Edgar here to do a thoughts video on the Hawkeye trailer. It looks great. It looks awesome. I'm gonna be real when I'm saying this. I'm a very much burn the fuck off. What I mean is I'm burned off. Just so much so that I don't know if I'm gonna be really that much excited. What I mean is super hyped. I'll be looking forward to it, but I'm not going to have high expectations. After witnessing WandaVision, Loki, Falcon, the Winter Soldier, and What If, I mean, the only thing I'll be looking forward to is Miss Marvel. That will be making me very much excited, very much like I am with What If. Hawkeye just seems like a middle of the road type show that you're going to have a fun time watching. And yeah, and also it's a Christmas season, which is a good setting. And I really like that a lot. I also like the fact that Hawkeye is on his own and he is kind of retired, but his enemies are going after this person who calls herself Hawkeye, and eventually Hawkeye finds out it's a fucking girl and she's a fangirl out of him. And yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. I could agree with that statement. Hawkeye, the Christmas special. Yeah, that's basically what it's probably going to end up being, yeah. Which honestly I'm looking forward to overall. I mean, I'm excited to see Haley Staples as Kate Bishop. It's a dream casting choice that with people like me were thinking, no way she's going to get that job. She's too busy. She's got a music career. She's got another show, but that show ended recently, which that kind of ended more room for her to be in Marvel, I guess, which honestly I could see her being the long run of her being the new Avengers, her being the Young Avengers and all that stuff, and of course other seasons for Hawkeye. But I mean, it's just that, I mean, I really am mentally just drained. Like, after What If, I don't know anything else except Miss Marvel could make me that much more excited. I mean, it's almost like, yeah, I'm looking forward to Hawkeye and Armor Wars and all those other shows, but man, oh man, those first 5 Marvel shows really got everything people need on looking forward to the future. I mean, I just feel like I'm just going to be burned the fuck off. I really just feel burned off on the Marvel shows. At least with the Marvel movies, I could be somewhat like, okay, it's a really good direction, good movie, and that's really it. It's not really building up for the future like yours truly, Shang-Chi, or even Bucky. Oh, not Bucky, Black Widow. Correct myself. What the fuck, man? And it's just like, I want to see more of the future, which is What If, pushing the boundaries of how much far can we go with the What If show. I'm wanting to see what happens next to Loki, if you get what I'm saying. And yeah, Shang-Chi, I agree. Yeah, we have Captain America 4 coming. I mean, it's just that we have to be patient when those movies are coming. I believe we're going to have that sometime later this year or next year. It looks exciting. It looks great, but it's just like, I'm going to be real. I'm saying this. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. I'll be surprised. Oh yeah, the movies feel like an event. TV show. Oh God, yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that statement. Movies feels like an event. TV shows feel like, oh yeah, absolutely. Oh Oh yeah, I can agree with that. But sometimes TV shows could be an event as well. Like for starters, the What If show. Every episode feels like you're witnessing like a big time movie, or even Loki to an extent. I would dare say that those last episodes really felt like a movie status, and you really were like, oh shit, it's gonna be cool. The twists, the turns, the expectations, the future boundaries. Oh my god, dude, I lose it every time. The fact is, you have Loki fell in love with a girl who lost everything, an alternate version of himself. And then later on, this is why I'm gonna say this. This is why Loki replaced my love with Doctor Who, because it feels so much of Doctor Who, and it's just like, oh my god, it's just so much so. I'll just say this: Loki feels like a Doctor Who show. Every time I get goosebumps every time, and it reminded me so much so that I even put two to two together, and it's just like, yeah, oh yeah, it feels middle of the road. Yeah, I could agree with that. Definitely. And it looks, and yes, I do agree with you, Tevya. It looks fun. It's nothing bad about it. We're not talking shit about it. We're just saying I'm personally being real. I'm very much going to feel like I'm going to be burnt out, because after What If, I mean, the only thing I'm expecting, at least for me, unless they do something big with other shows like Armor Wars or Ironheart or Secret Invasion, that stuff, I'm like, I'm being real. I mean, I don't know how much more Marvel could up the ante on the terms of the TV show side. I mean, the TV show side, I mean, like, we got everything. We almost got everything on the whole thing. And, Hawkeye, it looks great. It looks awesome. I'm excited to see how this show is going to open the door for Daredevil, because supposedly this show is going to have the Kingpin. This show is going to have a lot of stuff that people are going to be like, oh, I remember him. He's from the Netflix shows. Oh, I know this. This is going to be a good direction for that character, or this and that. And also, the only thing I'm excited, and I really be real to all of you, is I want to see Yennefer meeting up with Hawkeye. That's going to be a good conversation. I wonder how Hawkeye is going to explain to Black Widow's sister that, oh yeah, I tried to kill myself. She didn't want to have me kill myself. Therefore, she had to pretty much just ultimately die. Oh, let's not bring Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi needs a hardcore reboot. I swear to God, the actor was trash, and the whole stories was just trash. If you keep the Asian actress who was in Shang-Chi, no, not Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, correct myself. The Iron Fist's love interest, if you keep her and you recast everyone else, we'll be all good. Because Iron Fist, I'm sorry, it was too much of trying to be in the levels of Arrow. I hated the fact that I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's trying to be Arrow. It's trying to be Arrow, and I hated the fact that Iron Fist was trying to be that direction. But overall, I'm hoping for the future for Marvel, and it's just that I really am excited for seeing where they're going to go, and plus, I really want to see what they would do with the whole factor of, okay, once we release the new movies that are coming out in 2024. I'm hoping at least we introduce the X-Men and just call it Uncanny X-Men. And also have Avengers 5, which Avengers 5 should be the boundaries of what is going to be the future of the Marvel Universe. But yet again, I mean, I can agree with that. I can agree with that to an extent. But I also could say it's a part 2. It's kind of like a soft reboot, but it's also a push of a connection. Because let's all face facts, the TV show side really never felt truly connected. I didn't feel like Daredevil, Punisher, Iron Fist, especially Iron Fist. You compare it to Iron Fist to Shang-Chi. Oh, God, it's night and day. And just everything. I just don't feel like, they don't feel like MCU shows. They don't. If you look at what Marvel has bring, the biggest criticism that Marvel had was the TV show side. It didn't fully connect. You don't feel like these characters fully belong in that universe. It feels like in their own little bubble. And that's the problem that universe had, or that TV shows had. And, Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones only had one good season, and I stopped through there. I didn't care about season 2 or season 3, and forget about everything else. I was going to watch Luke Cage, but yet again, when I heard that show got canned, and fucking Daredevil and Punisher, I loved Punisher. Punisher would never work. Punisher would never, ever, 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 ever work. Because Punisher is a character alone would just absolutely would be not too friendly. And not unless you're just going to have its own little bubble and just have that character be his own little thing. You get what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but yet again, I mean, like, it doesn't feel like that character wouldn't work in the MCU. He's just too violent. He's just too violent. And he kills criminals. It's not like a superhero where, yeah, he's going to kill the alien guy or the godlike being guy to save the day, but yet again, it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? You had to bring it up, Tevya. You had to bring it up. The Inhumans. Oh, yeah. It's Punisher. They'll reboot Punisher, be like the Shield. Oh, I don't know. Like, are you sure on that? How? Okay. I'd love to have word. Could you give me a pitch on how that would work? I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear that because I just don't see it. I just don't. Give me a pitch on how that would work because that is something I truly, truly feel like it wouldn't work for me. I like Punisher just on its own, just being real to himself. But I mean, besides all that stuff, really overall, the Marvel universe just keeps on getting better. And the fact is, also another thing is, we're gonna have fucking yours truly, what's I'm gonna call it, Kang the Conqueror as the main villain. And I kind of joked to myself. So let me get this straight for Loki. So Sophie is Loki's Rose in a way, his companion, because Loki feels like a Doctor Who and Loki feels like the Doctor and everything else, and just and also another thing is people say about I want to say something one more thing before Punisher. I want to say one thing about the Punisher, then I'll just kind of end it, and I'm going to retitle the whole video alone and just kind of go from there. But it's just like Punisher, people say that they want to have him wear the Iron Man suit. And I'm just like, I swear to God, if he gets the Iron Man suit and just kick some ass with it, I'm just going to have a humongous problem. Because I'm like, so you're going to have him pretty much wear that Iron Man suit. And you're going to have Rhodey come down to say, hey, that suit doesn't belong to you. And just kind of have a little bit similar to what we had in the comics. Absolutely not. If you didn't know, I hated the last Punisher issue when Iron Man met up with him. It should have never gone down like that. Oh yeah, okay, all right. I get what you're saying. I could see something like that. I could see that. I could see that. But yet again, I mean, like, yet again, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see about that. But I mean, I like to see if we're going to bring Punisher in, just have him hunt down Spider-Man. But yet again, you could have Kraven the Hunter hunt down Spider-Man. I want Kraven the Hunter as the main villain for Spider-Man. And speaking about Spider-Man, apparently Andrew Garfield, my favorite Spider-Man. If you don't know what Spider-Man I really like the most, it's not Tobey, it's not Tom Holland, it's Andrew Garfield. I personally feel he fit the mold for Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Now, that's just me. I'm being real with all of you. I just personally believe that Andrew Garfield had shitty people to work with. If he didn't have those people that ruined his Spider-Man reign, and if he had the MCU people working with him, I think he would have been your Spider-Man in today's day and age. It sucks. It really does. But yet again, I mean, I'm excited to see Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I'm hoping that Spider-Man No Way Home opens the door for Spider-Man 4 and Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4. I mean, like, please just work things out. We all want money. We could do the profit. It's a part of the multiverse. It's going to be a part of the multiverse. Let's go. We're going to have a part of history. We're going to have that moment to where we're going to celebrate the history of Marvel. And I'm still scared shitless on Secret Wars. That's another thing, too. Secret Wars should be the end game, but yet again, I'm like, I just am very scared for the future for Marvel. I know the Russo brothers were going to do a movie or a couple of movies. I wouldn't be surprised they were, because here's another thing too. The Russo brothers wanted to do Secret Wars and Wolverine. They wanted to do Wolverine multiple times. They said in many interviews they would like to do Wolverine. They also said they also want to do Superman, which, hey, that would be great if we had Superman get another movie, get Henry Cavill, get all that stuff. And, what I've also heard is they love Man of Steel, and they really would love to have continuation of that character. And I'm like, oh, I really would love to see that. Granted, Warner Brothers, don't trust them. Don't trust them with your fucking lives. It's just, I don't know what else I could say. Yeah, sadly, those moves ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I know. Well, it's not. It's gonna happen. It's just how it's gonna go. It's just like the Russo brothers accomplish that I don't think any director would ever do. I don't think any director would ever achieve. And it's just like you have a moment where, what do you do? How do you hire the next team of people to do the next Avengers film? And having that build up to an event of the multiverse, of the Secret Wars, and it's just like, huh, you just so much so, and I'm like, oh dear God, I just so want this to be greatness. And you're so excited. You're so excited for the big one, the inevitable war fest. And it's just, dude, Tevya, I mean, I know, but it's like, you never know, Tevya. With Marvel and DC, things happen and they just snap with the fingertips. So I could see it. I actually could see it. There's an excuse. You could do it to where it's part of the multiverse. It's a part of the direction. If we could have 2 fucking Batmans in 2 movies, there is no excuse for Spider-Man to not have the same thing. You couldn't tell me that. You really couldn't. And plus, people could tell the difference between that Spider-Man over the other Spider-Mans. People are not dumb. People are not dumb. It's not like 20 years ago you couldn't do that. You just couldn't. People are starting to understand. People want the multiverse. That's the problem that you're not seeing. I'm hearing a lot of, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I personally believe that was part of the plan. And ever since that, Scarlett Johansson ruined it, I'm pissed off. But yet again, I'm just like, I'm not as angry as much. But when I got, let's just say, in better terms, when I heard Scarlett Johansson ruined the moment where, the Luce brothers was going to do What You Want, Edgar, but she pretty much is the sole reason why the Luce brothers bailed out of Marvel. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. The Luce brothers was going to have the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe transition into the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse, and we are going to celebrate the entire Marvel entertainment. Everything that you know, everything you've been through in the past Marvel movies is going to be canon, and you're going to have the greatest experience of your entire life. Oh, I was so angry. And I'm like, you have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. And I was angry. I was pissed. I was so upset. I was so just, there was a lot of things I cut out of my video on her, but it's just like, yeah. Granted, I'm excited for the shows. It's just, there's just a lot of things I'm more excited for. The continuation from Loki season 2, yours truly, What If, fucking any other Marvel show, the new Avengers, stuff like that. Hawkeye is going to be the middle of the road type show where you're going to enjoy, you're going to have a fun time watching it, but it's not going to be like super crazy like What If, Loki, Falcon, the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, shit like that. And it really, it is what it is right now. But I mean, I'm being real when I'm saying this. I love Marvel. I really do. That company is my bread and butter. And I don't like the fact that we ended on a note and the selfish bitch, after she got the most highest paying actress, should I say, correct myself, literally left because she didn't like the fact she didn't get paid. And yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that going on streaming. I mean, like, personally, in my opinion, no one cares about theaters. No one cares. I mean, granted, some people do, but it's just like, theaters is great at one hand, but theaters could also be, another thing, a bust. It's expensive going into the theater. And it is what it is. Granted, I went to the theater. I went to see Shang-Chi because I wanted to see how much they did to the Mandarin. And I'll just say this. The Mandarin in that movie would not face Iron Man. I just couldn't see him face Iron Man like he did in the comics. There's no way. And I kind of understand, like, okay, now I know why the Mandarin didn't face Tony Stark himself, because there was no proof, or there was no reason for him to fight Iron Man. It is what it is. We'll see how things go. Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. It was really, dude. I'm gonna ask everyone. I know you and I, Tevya, have seen it, but if 616 could understand what I'm talking about, just say yes or no. Do you think the actor of Shang-Chi would be a good actor for Goku? I really believe that he would be. He felt like a lot of times of Goku, because I really feel like he really reminds me a lot of Goku, because there's a moment where I see a lot of times when he's fighting his father, or he's fighting other people, he always gives them chances. He's always giving them a shot to leave, and he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to fight his opponents with violence. And he gives me that vibe of, wow, he really is a good actor. And I really think that, you know what? If we're going to do a Dragon Ball live action movie, I would like to see him as Goku. I just truly believe that. And he could be a really cool face. And also, fuck you, Japan. Fuck you, China, banning Shang-Chi. Dude, it was celebration of your culture. What kind of bullshit is that? That's like saying, we're going to ban Captain America 4. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Give me a fucking break. The third act, really? Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. Go, dude, yeah. The third act was super dark, especially with the dragons. Oh man, and that's another thing I noticed too. Marvel Studios has gone a lot darker when it hits to a very much a good note, to where, okay, let's go dark, let's go very dark. And the levels, I personally agree with you. I totally agree with you, 616. And I just feel like, and especially the dragon, when Shang-Chi was riding it, I'm just like, holy fuck, is it Shinron? I mean, shit, for crying out loud. I mean, this is totally the next shit level. Oh, man. But overall, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought that the way that movie went, it was such a greatness, and it had a lot of good culture. And it didn't it went straight out the bullet. It went all out on making this movie to be like, okay, here's Shang-Chi, here's his world, his little universe, and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm high. Oh yeah, yeah. Classified, dude. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, unless I know you personally. You know, I'm not telling you shit. Sorry. But anyway, back to the main topic. But it's just like I really like a lot of what Shang-Chi brought. Besides all that stuff, hold on, give me 1 minute, guys. I gotta go take care of a dog issue. Oh yeah, I can agree with that statement. Felt like yeah, I agree. But here's the thing, man. It felt like an Asian American film, but also it was paying a lot of tribute to Chinese culture. They spoke a lot of times Chinese language, and a lot of times in American uh, Chinese movie, they always speak English. It's very racist. So I really felt like Marvel did something to where no studio would ever have a pair of balls to do. That means 20th Century Fox, before Disney bought them, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Sony, they would never caught dead having a Japanese movie that's in America have a lot of times speak English, or speak Chinese language. They would speak English a lot of times. But overall, it was good. It was really good. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I enjoyed a lot of the film aspect of the culture. It didn't bullshit around. It went straight to the point, and kind of gave me hope that what, Disney has proven to me that they could do Dragon Ball in live action multiple times. So I felt like if we get Zack Snyder, if we get all that shit, I mean, we can get all that stuff in nice big fucking going forward. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back now. Anyway, dude. Hold on. Give me a dog for fucking. Fucking dogs. Oh, anyway, I apologize. Did you hear the news? We might get a. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I was going to do a video about that. But now you talked about it. I might as well say my 2 cents here. If it does the Netflix show version, I'll be all for it. If not, I'm not going to care too much about it. I got the cartoon I liked. And plus, I'll just say this. It's about a girl who gets the sword, becomes a powerful warrior, falls in love with, or should I say, falls in love with a woman that she really cares about. They were bitter enemies. Then later on, they became lovers. It's just how it goes. It wasn't in your face. It was just mainly a kid-friendly show that was basically trying to be a good cartoon. Something that we don't have now. And that's the problem that I feel like a lot of people don't see in that show. It's not woke. It's a show that was mainly targeted towards kids, but it took a lot of serious notes. Name me a cartoon that's out there right now that's a good cartoon now. None. You would never have one. It's not dark. It's not serious. It doesn't talk about adult themes, stuff like that. But yet again, these people like to say, it's woke. It's affecting kids. And I'm like, oh, really? Where? Oh, that's what I thought. Liar, pants on fire, nothing but a fake-ass YouTuber. Fake YouTuber, just fake ass. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's been a very quiet. I wouldn't be surprised we wouldn't get one. Granted, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to know further information on that. I honestly think that if we're going to get another Mortal Kombat movie, I mean, we'll have to wait. Oh, good God. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the word woke has lost its meaning. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's too overused. And also another thing is it's being pushed for the wrong reasons. I mean, these people who bashed and trashed things that really, it's like, dude, do you not know what you're talking about? You say you're anti-SGW, but yet you're just like them. You're just like them. And also another thing is, I left a lot of group channels. Perfect example, the Awesome Universe community. That community was the definition of the worst, horrible community you ever want to be with, because all they do is just bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch. Tevya knows what I'm talking about because he's a part of that group. He knows exactly what I'm fucking talking about. He knows exactly what I'm saying. And just, yeah. It really says a lot. Oh yeah, definitely. It was the birthplace of that shit. Yeah, but I would say it's far deeper than that. It's just it became a lot more mainstream in 2016. I can agree with that statement. But the problem is, I feel like in culture in general, people don't want to accept change. You know, I always all for change unless you bring it right. Like, for example, Marvel killing off Black Panther. I'm all for it because I don't think a good actor would be. I don't think another actor would be good enough to fit that role. If it's from another universe, let him be. Let that character go. But if it's a recasting of an actor that's already established, no thanks. You couldn't recast that character. It's not James Bond. But even James Bond reboots their own fucking continuity, and it's so stupid. People are just so stupid now these days. I mean, I hate to be the guy that likes to be the minority, but that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. I'm getting sick and tired. Speaking about something, I personally am gonna say this. I really, really want Dragon Ball Super to come back. I know I talked about I'm not interested in anime. Hearing Fairy Tail is getting its anime sequel, aka Fairy Tail 1000 Quest, and hearing Eden Zero. Correct myself. Eden Zero got an animated dub. That's great. That's awesome. But I really miss Dragon Ball Super. I can't stand the fucking manga. I'm sorry. The manga sucks. I'm so just like I'm done. I'm so over the manga right now. I really want Dragon Ball Super to come back on its anime counterpart. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that shit later. It's in the list, but I want to do Dragon Ball Super, the anime show, then do the new movie, and after that, maybe we'll go into it. But it's just like what I'm dreading the most is the manga. Look, I'd rather take Dragon Ball Evolution than the terrible writing in the manga. Toyotaro. I'm sorry. Look, one of my friends said it brings Dragon Ball right. I'm sorry. I would rather watch the anime than Toyotaro's writing. Toyotaro's writing sucks. It sucks. It's so bad. I'm done with it. I'm like, no, you don't hype us up. Yeah, I'm still pissed off of the Vegeta chapter. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Just please stop with the bullshit. You pretty much gave him a new form and you wasted it. You kept it very hush-hush until the goddamn chapter leaked out and everyone got all pissed off. I was so angry, so upset. And it was just, yeah, Dragon Ball, yeah, I agree. Well, to be fair, Dragon Ball's supposed to end at the Cell Saga. There's a lot of times Akira Toriyama was going to end at his manga on certain plot points. But yet again, I'm like, the Frieza Saga would have been like I can understand that. It's a good ending. Goku died. He saved the day. He beat the villain that defeated his right, or killed his race, should I say. It was really the end. It was like, what is there to tell? There's really nothing. A hero story kind of left its journey. Then you had Cell, and his saga was a Frankenstein because they didn't know what it wanted to be. Because probably the reason why that was the case is Akira Toriyama's editors. And granted, you could have the same argument of Toyotaro because Toriyama is technically his editor, his approval saying yes or no. And there's a lot of times that reporting that Toriyama didn't agree. And there was a lot of pushbacks, or there was a lot of conversations of where he can go. And he didn't have full reign control. But it's just that the problem is with Dragon Ball Super, and this is the problem. And I cringe every single damn time that this happens. Every time Vegeta gets the advantage, every time the Vegeta gets the moment of like, okay, he's gonna beat him. Vegeta's gonna have his moment. No. And I get all frustrated. I'm like, for the love of God, give me a break. First time, the Resurrection F, he had it right in his front of his hands. And he fucking had the cheap bullshit route to where, let's have Frieza destroy planet Earth, and then after that, Whis use his little time powers, rewind time again, and have Goku kill Frieza. Then after that, we have the Moro Saga, which was a pretty cool, interesting saga. I'll give Toyotaro some credit on that. He gave off a really cool character that was heavily inspired by Galactus and a few other characters, and a lot of people say, this is Toyotaro's version of Baphomet. Really cool stuff. A lot of Angel-esque directions. You even had Beerus interfered to an extent. Oh my God! It really just upset me a lot. And it really just makes me just like, I swear to God, I absolutely hate the fact that they don't want to have Vegeta get his moment. It's not fair. It's so unfair. Yet we'll have Goku or Gohan to have their moment, and it's not cool. The only time we'll ever get a chance to get some type of other character that's not Goku or Gohan, it's Gogeta. Gogeta had a great moment. He was killing it. He was being a fucking beast. And I'm so happy he's canon now. That's the last thing I always wanted. Because I'll say this. Dragon Ball Super is just like yours truly, Marvel right now. They've done everything I want. Except a few things, and that's really it. There's nothing left. And it's just, but yet again, it is what it is. But it's just, I really miss Dragon Ball Super. I really miss the anime. I extremely miss the anime. I don't know we'll get one. And that's why I just want to tell you guys this. And it's just, I don't want to do another video about this because I miss the anime. I really don't like Toyotaro's writing as much anymore. I really just dread every time I'm stuck with the manga. And that's another thing, too. When Dragon Ball Super was starting, you were given the manga because it was only, let's say, in better terms, you were given the anime, which you were really wanting, but the manga was leftovers. The manga was never really treated as the push for Dragon Ball Super. Just like every other manga. It was just given because they didn't want to have the same repeating cycle like Dragon Ball GT. It didn't have a manga. So therefore, like, okay, we don't want to have that same situation like we did before. Let's just have a flat out, yours truly, a manga just to please that specific argument and not give off that excuse. And it's just, it is what it is. It really is. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, it is what it is. My favorite storylines, the ultimate should have. Oh yeah, I agree. I can agree. I mean, for me, the Ultimate Saga, the Ultimate Universe really kind of felt like if there was ever a time for them to end it on a good note, it should have been years ago. But yet again, that I blame Marvel more than anything what they did, because Marvel really fucked up all of that universe. There is no excuse of what they did. And it's just, they killed themselves on that universe. They really fucked themselves on killing what made that universe so goddamn special. You should give them back to where it all started. Take what made the first handful of books, Ultimate, yours truly, Ultimates, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men, Fantastic Four, and make it feel like an entire event that ended on a good note. We're celebrating the Ultimate Universe in such a big ways that it's going to be history. It's going to be a really big time history. But yet again, they didn't do that. They chose let's pick a writer that never did anything in the Ultimate Universe and ultimately killed it. And we got to have Bendis took over and just ultimately just ended on a note where this is the ending. This is the whole universe that ends, but that's really it. If they're ever going to bring it back, you better have writers that really will pull out everything. And it's got to be a hardcore reboot. It can't take place after the events of Ultimate End. You can't do that. Reboot it. Start all over. Start from scratch. Go forward. There's no reason to go continue after what they left off. There's no reason. And plus, there's a lot of things. Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of things they left out. Ultimate Guardians, Ultimate Miss Marvel, Ultimate Captain Marvel, Ultimate Scarlet Spider, all that stuff. So many things. Well, to tell you the truth, Tevya, I mean, who cares? I mean, like, I didn't care. I mean, like, personally, for me, does anyone give a shit about the Ultimate Universe? No. It died a long time ago. The only thing that was left was Miles, and he was carrying that universe, and that was it. Kitty Pryde, like, I'll say this, the worst aspect of the entire universe that suffered the most, and it was beyond repair, is X-Men. Ultimate X-Men was by far one of the second or better than Ultimate Spider-Man. Yet again, it got killed. Because of what? Ultimatum. It died. It fucking died. And I blame Jeff Loeb. But yet again, I blame a lot of things off that piece of shit man. And yeah, I will still hold that title on that man. Because he deserved every bit of criticism what he did to fucking all the things that I personally enjoy about yours truly fucking truly. Yeah, I agree. It's just I just want to kind of move on from this topic. I got nothing else to say. But besides all that stuff, yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about Hawkeye. Looks great. Cannot wait for it. But I feel like I'm going to be mentally drained after I'm done with yours truly. What if? I really don't know what else I could say. I mean, Marvel has done everything I could have asked for. And I really just... Oh, yeah. Oh, Marvel should have the rights. Oh, well, granted, they have Sony, so we could have Sony do it. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't see why not. And plus, they've been trying to get off their universe off the ground. Why not have them do a fucking Marvel alternate universe type shit. You could have that direction. I wouldn't be surprised. But granted, Marvel wouldn't want to do that because bullshit reasons. But yet again, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe we should have an alternate universe go forward on that shit. That would be great. That would be great. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. Marvel should have an alternate universe. I don't know about that. Wait. Hold on. Scratch that. Hold on. Repeat that again. Marvel should have the. Oh, so you want a different publisher? I thought you meant movies. Correct myself. Fuck me. I don't know about that one. In terms of comics, leave them at B. I mean, personally, in my opinion, the comics are comics. They're fine. They'll be just fine. That's just really it. Because there's no way in hell that that I don't think anyone would take the responsibility for it. I just don't. Granted, what's his face? Hickman is going to make a comic book studio, right next to Marvel. And granted, I'm just like, whatever, bye. You were a great writer, but you sucked at X-Men. So, and that's another thing, too. The comic book industry is changing. So, you might get your wish, but yet again, if you want my opinion on what they should do in terms of comics, is just reboot the continuity and just completely start from scratch. There's nothing but that. You can't really do anything else unless you make something really good argument on having another studio going forward of having, we're going to have the literally the only thing ever to continue yours truly, the Ultimate Universe, is just make up shit as you go along. And I'm like, really? You're going to make up shit as you go along just because of what? Because you would rather not take a risk and not take something a little bit, something better and something going forward, but you would rather just continue what you left off? No, thank you, honey. I'm not going to watch that shit. I really am not. Yeah, he is. He's a very controversial writer. I hope. You'll probably have a comic book. Rated R will never, like, that's enough. I don't know. And I just like Punisher. It's like no right now. I truly believe that. I truly feel like the answer is no. There's no other type shit I could see them bringing back. Yours truly, fucking Punisher. I just don't believe it. Unless I get proven wrong in a couple of years from now, absolutely not happening. I just don't believe it. I just don't. Besides all that stuff, I just, the biggest problem for me in terms of Marvel is I just want them to do Secret Wars. And I'm very, 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 very much worried that we're not going to have that be done right. That's the big scary part for me. I really am just hoping they do a good job, because it's very, very much scary thought. It's a scary thought, and I really want them to do it right. And every time I talk about Marvel, I talk about a lot of things. And oh yeah, it was a very hard PG. Speaking about Marvel, reminds me of what's your opinions on the up? Don't care about Daredevil that much. I don't read that much Daredevil. So I've been keeping up with the recent books. I mean, like, it's cool to have Elektra be the new Daredevil, but I mean, like, I just don't care. I just don't care at all. I mean, besides that, all that shit. I mean, if you want to know my opinions on a lot of things, I'll just say this. I'm looking forward to what happens to Spider-Man. That's the big curiosity. I'm excited for the Spawn books. That's going to be great. I'm excited for a lot of things on the Marvel books, the Miss Marvel. because I feel like we're going to get another like Marvel's comic book next year. And but besides all that stuff, I mean, we'll have to wait and see how things go. Anyway, thank you for everyone. I hope you everyone have a good day. I'm gonna go play some Infamous on my other channel. Uh, I'm taking a break on Doom and also Let's Plays in general in my channel in here. I'm gonna take a break on that. But besides that stuff, I want to know your opinion on this. And I really am gonna say this. Do you feel that we'll get another Dragon Ball Super anime? I really feel like we should, but it's just like hearing the reports of what's going on the recent movie. It seems like a lot of people are getting firing, and I don't know if that movie's going to get released. I'm starting to wonder, like, is Toriyama being a problem? And I don't know. I just don't know. But yet again, I mean, it is what it is. He's the boss, but it's just like, I don't know how much more we can keep going like this if we can't just have where, look, man, we're trying to do what we got to do. Let us do our job. And, you know, I don't understand it. How come you hire yours truly artist of your animation studio and you fire them later on and you're having a massive reinstruction, and yet you announced this movie that's supposedly going to be out in a couple of months, and I'm like, come on, man, is this movie going to come out next year, or is it going to come out next couple of years? That's going to be the big question. Yet again, I mean, we'll see how things go. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. Time will tell where it leads. But yeah, I mean, you know, just love to know your opinions, guys. Tell me your thoughts on Dragon Ball Super if you checked it out. Oh, dude, absolutely, absolutely. But we'll see how things go. Be ready for my Dragon Ball Super review tonight. I'm going to do episode 1, and I'll do episode 2 tomorrow, and I'll see you guys later. And just, I'm going to do a lot of Dragon Ball Super videos along with my What If, Star Wars Visions. I'm looking forward to that show because that's next week. Oh, man. So good. So good. Star Wars animated. I cannot believe we got Star Wars animated. I mean, we always have that show to be like, shit, for crying out loud. Imagine that shit was real. Then years down the line, it's real. It's fucking real. It's fucking real. Oh, man. I'm so looking forward to this. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm like, that's the one show I'm like, wow, Disney did the one thing that no one had a pair of balls to do. But yet, Kathleen Kennedy and Disney is ruining Star Wars. Sure it is. Sure they are. Fucking cunts. Sure they are. Anyway, later.